All right, all right, all right. It's hump day, baby. And we get over this one. Actually, we have one more day. I don't believe the markets are open on Friday for Good Friday. So keep your eyes open. We started having earnings reports today, and JP Morgan posted good earnings. Whoops. We're going to leave that. But I'm trying to get the report window open. There we go, kids. Let's have it that. And we go right there. There you go. All right. So today, let's take a quick look at the news. We got the PPI, and you know the market's waiting on this. And the market right now, the futures are up about 28 right now. And I saw them go as low as 13. I saw them high up into the 30s earlier this morning. Um, I'm hoping we don't get a turnaround like we did yesterday. Just today. Um, but we're going to watch inflation data, and that's what everybody's looking for. And everybody's looking at the Fed to be very aggressive. I still don't think they're going to be as aggressive as they say. Maybe we'll get a 50-point increment out of them, but I think we're going to start seeing things turn. I mean, I see it in the market. You see lumber coming down. I mean, food is expensive. Everything's expensive because oil fuels everything, right? You need tractors to harvest agriculture, and petroleums make fertilizers and things like that. So it's going to bang the shit out of food as long as fuel keeps going up. The administration finally took some steps to release a little bit of fuel, which is cool. We should have a slowdown in China, which is cool. So a lot of this should ease up oil prices a little bit. I think that's going to help the economy. Supply chain issues going to free up. That's going to help the economy. A lot of disposable income has been eaten up with the pullback in the market. So that's going to slow down the economy a little bit. So the Feds aren't going to have to be that aggressive. And I'm thinking soft landing. So, I mean, if you've got the balls to hold it out, I say buy on the dips, baby. I don't know that we're going to have a crazy market like we did. A lot of the foolishness is out of it. But I think that there's a lot of over expectation on the downside. So I think you could do well. I think you're buying at good prices right here. I like the way the market's setting up too a little bit. I mean, I am sitting here with my cheeks puckered, but I like the way the market's setting up. So again, here's Thursday. We have some retail sales information and consumer sentiment, which is good. You want to see that this consumer is still holding strong. But what's more important is the inflation information. And then Friday, we still have some things coming out, but really nothing of any importance because, again, Friday is Good Friday. And then if we take a look at earnings, think we see who's spewing today. What's today? The 13th. Very good. Wednesday the 13th. We got B&B, BlackRock. That's a good one. Delta Airlines out already. Lost less money than everybody thought they would. Fastenal, that's a good insight. I mean, that shows construction going on. These guys actually made more money per share than they lost. So that's good to see. First Republic beat and JP Morgan missed, which is unusual. And then tomorrow we get more banks, and this is the time of banks. And if you go through that list, you see them all right there. And let's just hope that the banks do well. You're really not going to see the benefit of interest rates for another quarter, but the volatile trading should be reflected in a lot of the banks that take advantage of that. So their fixed income desks and stuff like that should be making money, and that's where these guys should be seeing the benefit. So that's it in the snooze, and yet CNBC same. It's all about Ukraine, and then the articles lean towards whatever direction the futures are pointing that morning. So now everything's golden because the S&P 500's in the green, and if it was in the red, it'd be doom and gloom. So you can't really rely on the news. Aside from telling you what the market's doing at the moment. So what's important though is we had this shooting star trigger on the weekly right here, and that's pushing down, right? But everything comes to an end. And if you look at the 240s, you can kind of snake out like a head and shoulders, right? And you can see where my trend line is. And from here, you got the 631 to think to the low of 503. So you're saying 130 points. So 130 points off of the 503. You're talking about 403, 377. And that's what my expectation of the pullback would be once this breaks. And the low that we achieved is 43.75. So I've got good reason to believe that we're putting in a low right over here, and we should start trending up, right? So I'm looking for a little support on my theory, and what I see here is bullish divergence, right? We've pushed down, we tagged this low right here, and we made this low right here in the momentum, and then the price action made that low again, repeated that low, went even lower, but the momentum is easing on up. So that's a bearish, a bullish divergence. In order for that divergence to trigger, we got to break this high. We got to break the high of yesterday, and that triggers the divergence, and that triggers the move up. So yeah, I'm hoping and praying that we break that high. I mean, it's quite a move, but we saw that move yesterday, so that should happen, and it should look fairly similar on the S&P. That was the futures that we were looking at, and actually, you don't really see that divergence on the. Let's see if we see it on the 120. This is the 240 minute I'm looking at. Let's just take a quick peeky and see if we see it on the 120. 120. Nah, you don't even see it on the 120. But I mean, what's going on right now is the futures, and that's what we're looking at. So we'll have to make another decision as the market opens and what's going to happen throughout the day. But yeah, I'm going with that futures layout. Layout. Let's see what the daily looks like on the futures. So anyway, we've got a neutral to bullish view on the market for the day. I mean, it could turn around, smack us in the ass. I mean, you have a bear flag right here. It could trigger and then fail. Right now, it's just indicating that we're going to push up, but you know that we've opened up, moved up, and then into the afternoons traded down. So keep your eye on that. Take a quick look at BTC. We are fighting with this trend line, man, and this is a bear flag. If it triggers, then don't be surprised if you try to get some crosshairs over here. So much shit on charts. My target would be 36,700. And then I'll pick up a few more, a little bit more, but the momentum looks like it's rolling around right here. So, in the 60-minute, I mean, you could see this bearish divergence right here. It's so obvious, right? So we're gonna have to break this high for it to trigger, and that high is 40,805. If we break that, then that divergence triggers, and this baby should start climbing up. Would like to see it pull back a little bit and buy this on the cheap. But if it goes up, that's cool. I'll take the money. Take the money and run. So I'm not looking at any commodities. Everything's in the green in tech. Everything's so green. So let's hope for a good day, and let's close this week out with a little strength. The other thing we should look at, let's take a look at the S&P 500 on the weekly and see what it'll take. Nah, it's just not looking. Holy Christ, I hear something in my roof. It's not looking all that positive. Yet, but we'll see what today does. I mean, it'd be nice to get a little hammer off of this cloud, show a little resistance. I mean, this is a good trend reversal. We have a new high right here, so it would be nice if we put in a higher low, and then that could tell us that we're starting a trend to test the highs. And I would like to test the highs. All right, so that's it, man. Subscribe, hit the bell, hit the like. I appreciate it. Throw me some comments and join me at about 9:25 when we go live.